a railroad safety program for our little guys. He did pre-K through third grade, and then we broke up and sent them back to class and brought in fourth and fifth grades because he kind of wanted to speak differently to the different age groups. And then Smokey the Bear also came and visited with our pre-K through second grade. And the fire department had coloring books and hats and other items that all the students got for that day. We are in the process of, there's parent portals that are coming out, and one of them is for the special ed program. Like if a parent has a student on an IEP, then, and I have until I think the end of this month or the first of next month sometime to get the information out to the parent. But what they can do, they can go in on this ed plan with their login and password and see their students' information, their paperwork, their IEP, their progress reports, everything that's on that, they can see that. And then Mrs. Carter and Mrs. Talbert went to a meeting Friday for the testing program, and they said there's also a parent portal for that, and said that there's only like 30-something% of the parents in the state of Oklahoma using that. And they have sent the information out before to the parents, but I guess they just really didn't know what it was for or something, that we still haven't had that many get on there. So we're going to put that on our web page and let the parents know that when the testing comes up and after we get the results and everything, they can get on there to see that. Our first quarter ends this Wednesday, and then our report cards go out the 25th, which is the Friday after the end of the quarter. We have a theater group coming. They've been here before, and they're really good, and we do that with our first through third grade. They're coming Wednesday, and they're going to perform Sleeping Beauty, and it's not the typical programs. They have a lot of humor in with it, and they interact with the kids, and they really enjoy these programs, and they're only like about a 45-minute program, but the kids enjoy that real well. October the 23rd is the flu clinic, and that's for adults only, because now Nurse Jamie has to have a parent present for a student to get a flu shot. And so the 23rd we're doing it for the adults, and then on the 21st, which is our next parent-teacher conference, we're going to have it open for the students so that while the parents are there doing parent conferences, they can get their flu shot as well. Because now that even Nurse Jamie has to have, for her to even check on shot records, the parents have to give her permission to do that. So she has all the permission forms to do that. We get that when they come and enroll for all of our new students. And then I was asked at the last board meeting to bring up about our teacher attendance. Wasn't really sure what you were wanting, and so this is what I came up with, and then next month I'll do something different if that's what you want me to do. But at first I figured it on a percentage, and we have like for the month, I did it for the month of September since that was the completed month, and I have like 4% of absences. Now 1% of that 4% is for professional development, where we have sent the teachers to do some training. And then the other 3%, I didn't break that down, but it was like for sick and a few personal days, and then a few emergency days too. And if you wanted it like an average of teachers per day, I did that as well, and it was like a 1.8 per day is what we were having in the elementary. And that's including, since all the teachers call me for needing a sub, that is including pre-K through 8th grade. Okay, and then we're getting ready for our Red Ribbon Week. And that is October.
That's tough for us to say.
Yeah, I slowed down on that one.
Yeah.
It's the week of October the 28th. We are going to have our kickoff at our Rise and Shine, which is the Friday before, October the 25th. And then there's also a contest for door decorating, and the judges, that's going to be judged by October the 24th so that we can present prizes at our Rise and Shine. And here is, if you want to pass that around, that is the activities that we've kind of got planned so far. And we'll probably tweak that a little bit before it comes around. And then Mr. Westfall went to the ball games at Panama. We had 3 basketball games and then a football game. He gave me his report and said that if you had any questions or concerns, you're welcome to text him or call him. And that's all that I have.
September the 23rd, we had the Chad Cargill at school. We've had 37 students attend the workshop. September the 24th, we also had the pre-ACT testing for the sophomores with 71 students taking the test. The composite score was 15.4, math was 15, science was 15.9, STEM was a combination of math and science was 15.7, English was 13.1, and reading was 17.2. And on Academic Bowl, we have 20 members, which are composed of 2 seniors, 1 junior, 8 sophomores, and 9 freshmen. We have also joined the Blue Mountain Academic Bowl Conference. Other teams in the conference are Stigler, Wilburton, Hartshorn, Red Oak, Eufaula, McAllister, LaFleur, Tallahassee, and Buffalo Valley. We have both a varsity and a JV team on our Academic Bowl, and each team plays 3 games each Thursday night. This is the first time Heavener has ever been a member of a conference in this sport. The conference that we joined is 20 years old. District Bowl academic playoffs begin tonight at Podo. And now for the real great news. Heavener won district champs. They beat Spiro 180-30.
Was that today?
That was just a few minutes ago.
There
Yeah.
you go, good.
And they beat Podo 200-190.
Good.
So we won district champs and moving on up the ladder.
Good deal.
So that's very good. FFA students have purchased 30 hogs already, 2 goats and 1 calf. Skeet shooting competitions are starting up and the students have been practicing a couple days a week. Public speaking has started up also with students attended Eastern Oklahoma Public Speaking Contest down there. McKinley Alexander took 3rd down there. Laney Dyer took 4th. And that was out of 90 students. That's very good. Also, you were asking about the absences. Last year, from the days of instruction to this time, we had 18 absences. This year, we've had 19. But professional was 34 last year. Today, it's only 10 full days and 8 half days. Personal was 3 last year and 4 this year. Had a lot of sickness last year, 20, 16 full days and 4 halves. Emergency was 3 last year and 3 this year. So basically it's cut in half.
Here's Jimmy's. I'll be already done first. All right. Well, here's the first thing is I'm pleased to announce that Heavener Public Schools, in partnership with Tallahassee Public Schools, have been awarded a school climate transformation grant in the amount of $2,735,000, and it's over a 5-year period. This is a really good grant in the fact that, you know, the state is making a push with the Oklahoma State Department of Ed. And we started working on this back there in the summer, Mr. Lockhart and myself, and we were collaborating, because what happened was is that when I got the notice, I was working on it, going to get Janie, we were going to, get fired up, get with it. Tallahassee got the notice as well, and so, we were talking to this one gentleman, this Dr. Howie Knopf, and so we were talking to him, and anyway, he communicated, he said, how close are y'all, and so, it might be bode well if y'all collaborated and did a consortium, and so we talked and we said, yeah, we could do that. Now, Tallahassee will be the LEA of it, okay, they'll be the LEA. But a lot of the benefits, though, with the state pushing a lot of, trauma, that's kind of a big topic right now, mental health, that type of thing. That's what this grant's going to do. It's going to allow us to get a school social worker, okay, and it's also going to let us have a school psychologist, okay. Now, that'll be shared between the two school districts, of course. I think the initial plan right now is for the school social worker to be housed on our campus, but they'll also work at the Tallahassee campus, you know what I'm saying? And then the school psychologist will be housed at the Tallahassee campus, but then they will split time, you know, over here as well. So, and then of course it's also, you know, it's not providing any additional counseling, but it's providing some counseling materials and things like that. So it's a really good thing, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be good, you know, and you know, and I think that what I'm excited about is it's also going to give us a really good professional development. You know, we're going to get some additional professional development in some areas, and I know starting January the 20th is kind of a preliminary date where we will come together with Tallahassee, and this Dr. Knopf will be presenting some different techniques and some different structures, and I can't get into the details because I don't know what they are just yet. But I know that at first we're fixing to start in November. We'll be having some admin meetings, and we'll be having some team meetings, and then he'll be at both districts, you know, and just doing the school climate, overall school climate, about how, you know, what is our kids facing, you know, what kind of thing, you know. And he knows about socioeconomics, you know, but he also wants to hone in on like that mental aspect as well. So that's a really good thing, you know what I'm saying, a really good deal. We also received a kind of a smaller mini grant there. It's for a couple of awning projects that I reached out and made application for. Main purpose was to start off over at the elementary. I think they had a need for like a awning. What I'm looking at is those prefab, you know, that are already made up and that type of thing. I've got a brochure in there. And maybe we just might be able to place one over here because I think there's a need over here at the Scott Center as well. So anyway, the gym floor, it has been completed, you know, in that restoration. We did get some insurance money there to help with that, which is a good thing. You know, they sent the engineer. Now, I don't think we've received it yet, have we? You know, but they did send us the letter saying that it's good. So I don't want to count our chickens before they hatch, but we're supposed to get insurance money. But anyway, to make a long story short, what they did is they sent their engineer down, and you know, they had a couple of outside agencies look it over, and that worked well for us. Also still working with a FEMA application to help offset some of the other costs as well. So hopefully that'll come up. The baseball, softball field house, we got the metal on it, it's complete. We got the plumbing done, and they got the electrical done. Now the only thing that's remaining on that is we will need to get a inspection on fire, and then we also need to get a deck or porch, whatever you want to look, whatever you might want to call it, on the front of it, because right now they just got some makeshift stairs, but we were waiting for all that other stuff to be completed first, so.
It looks good.
It does look good, doesn't it? They did a really good job. That was the Dunn brothers that finished that metal up for us and stuff, so it's, we have run into a little bit on the HVAC on the east end of it though. You know, it ran for years and years and years, and I don't know if you know what kind of, but they got those standalone units that are on the outside of the building, and I'm not sure exactly what those units are called, but they do have a particular name, modular unit, I think, or something. But anyway, you know, when it was at Hodgen, it just ran and ran and ran, you know, it's perfect. Well, of course, it's older, you know, and then you move it, well, sure enough, you get up here and, you know, it's developed a leak. So we will have to probably look at maybe doing us a little bit of work in that aspect too, but, you know, that's just part of it, you know what I'm saying? So, anyway, hey, the phase one of that football field house, you know, we've got I want to skip over and say the overhead garage door part of it got completed today, so it's in. The electrical diagram, got Woody's over there at Worcester. He was supposed to be in here last week, but I haven't heard from him, so I don't know what's delayed him. But then we're going to move on to the HVAC. I've just wrote on here that there's a more detailed note. If you'll just turn over one page right there, this is just kind of, you know, a checklist that I've been working on, you know. Talked to Joe about the, you know, the hardware, because part of that door's got the, you know what I'm saying, they've got that door hardware, but I think there's going to have to have some modifications on it from REM, because, you know, the keys that we use, the type of cylinders that we use. So anyway, I've got tin horn, but, you know, for the parking part, but we need it for the drainage on the running east and west, and then going north and south. You know, at some point we'll want to extend that and get it into the, you know, where they can park on that, be the south side of that building, you know. Light fixtures, and this is not in any particular order, this is just how it was coming to me, but, you know, that's why I need electrical diagrams so they can figure out how many light fixtures. I'm gonna indicate, or, you know, tell you that we're looking at LEDs, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like what's in the gym, that's kind of a new, and they're more efficient as well. Plug-ins, breaker box, you know what I'm saying? We're looking at inside metal or maybe drywall after, or possible wafer board after we get on the inside, you know what I'm saying? Just because, you know, I think if you put drywall up, you know, you run a risk of it getting tore up, you know what I'm saying, and it does happen. So we're gonna look at some other, possibilities as well. We got outside light fixtures on there. The plumbing materials, you know, we need to look at sinks and stuff. So anyway, so you can see the little bit here, you know. I've got, you know, is it gonna be total electric or is it gonna be total, you know, is it gonna be gas? I'm pretty sure we're gonna look at gas just in case, you know what I'm saying? That's always seems to be pretty, and then you can look even down, you know, down in the future, you know, I mean, you know, you're gonna have, it's gonna require some furniture. So, you know, we're moving in the right direction, but you can see there's still quite a bit to be done, you know. Not just one, you know, even, and a lot of people don't even look at this part of it, you know, but, you know, look at the technology, you know. It's gonna need internet connections, gonna have to internet wiring, you know, that type of thing, you know.